It's a place where almost no light shines. A place where you would die without special equipment as the environment quickly destroys your weak body. A place where horrors beyond our imagination could be lurking in the darkness that surrounds you. The next, no, final frontier for humanity to explore. Except what I'm talking to you about isn't outer space, the next frontier that everyone from Musk to the average Joe has been dying to explore. Rather, it's a place that's feared more. A place we know less about than the surface of Mars. A place that throughout different mythologies and history, men and gods have struggled to tame and control. A place where the arrogance of humankind has been put to the test and failed. That place is none other than the ocean. Now, to be clear, I love the ocean. I have since I was young. So I don't fear what we know about the ocean. Swimming with sharks? Don't bleed and keep eye contact with the ones that do bite, and you'll be fine. Barracuda? Just don't be the guy who swims up to their young and wears flashy jewelry. Stingrays? Don't touch their stingers, please. No. What scares me more is this. The darkness, or more specifically, what could be in it. What do you do against something that no one's ever seen before, or against something once thought to be a myth, something that could drag you deep, deep into the sea, never to be seen again? Might think I'm foolish for thinking this, but the ocean is a place filled with mysteries, as any place over 80% undiscovered would be. So today, let's take a look at some, starting from the surface, down to the deep depths. I hope no one here has thalassophobia, because dead men tell no tales. Now, some of these mysteries involve people going missing at sea, such as the ever-popular missing planes and boats to the Bermuda Triangle. But a little less known, but all the more terrifying case, was that of the Mary Celeste. Now, the Mary Celeste was a Canadian-turned-American merchant ship built in 1861. The ship had an uneventful life that would seem to plague its existence, with a Wikipedia description of its early life so dull that it would bore any historian out of their mind. That was until 1872, when the ship was destined to transport its cargo of industrial-grade alcohol to Genoa, Italy. Now, you might be thinking, oh, let me guess, the ship vanished without a trace and it and its crew were never seen again. Well, here's a twist. The ship was found. Drifting near the Portuguese islands of the Azores, the ship was found completely abandoned, though oddly enough, it still had everything on it, from its cargo to the crew's personal belongings. Everything except some papers, some navigational equipment, and the single lifeboat of the ship. Of course, things got stranger as investigators of the boat discovered there was no sign of a violent struggle, nor a hasty evacuation. So the question now is, what happened to the crew? The first thought is obviously piracy, but it doesn't take a genius to wonder why a pirate wouldn't take any of the cargo, nor why there wasn't a sign of a violent struggle. Another theory suggests that it could have been a weather phenomenon of some kind, but this doesn't make sense considering the ship was in a seaworthy condition when it was found, and that the captain, Benjamin Briggs, was an experienced captain that would have not abandoned ship unless he knew something was a danger to their lives. Another theory suggests that an earthquake might have almost even caused the alcohol to explode, but if you've been paying attention, this theory makes no sense, so may I need go on further. And yes, stuff like this still happens. Just look up the Cause 2. Very interesting story. Of course, not all the mysteries involve man directly, and some of the most terrifying often don't. In 1932, a marine biologist by the name of William Beebe, along with his partner, Otis Barton, ventured down into the dark depths of the ocean. Now, these two men were a bunch of nobodies, because these two were the first ever to venture down into the deep ocean and prove that life could exist, at the time breaking the popular azoic theory, which states that no life could survive or be found below 1,800 feet in the ocean. Now, what happened on this journey isn't important. It would be what Beebe would see as they ascended up to the surface, though. As described by Beebe, two 6-foot-long dragonfish that resembled barracuda and had their mouths constantly opened, appeared in front of the submersible they were in. Now, although Beebe saw them, Otis did not due to him working on diagnostics. Though it is important to mention that despite not liking Beebe, Otis did confirm that Beebe did sound genuinely excited when he saw the fish. But since Beebe saw them, the fish haven't been seen again. It isn't uncommon for animals in the deep ocean to be seen once, nor is the size that uncommon either. But what concerns scientists is that the fish could have gone extinct since Beebe last saw them. Perhaps the two were even the last of their kind. There's something terrifying knowing that one person, out of the billions of people that ever exist, saw something that no one else has ever or might ever see again. Thus, the name of this fish is so far perfect, that being the untouchable fish. Throughout history, humankind has recorded monsters lurking beneath the waves in drawings and texts. From 2000 BC to the Renaissance era and beyond, humans have been vigilant of monsters lurking beneath the waves. One of these beasts in particular has captured both the minds and fears of sailors and land dwellers alike. The beast in question being the legendary Kraken. Originating from Scandinavian folklore, not Greek mythology as many people would believe, this squid has terrorized ships across the 7 seas. Well, I know some of you right now might be laughing to yourselves, thinking that there's no way something like that could possibly exist. You might want to think again. But let me introduce you to an acronym that could help prove my case for the beast's possible existence. It's called GAMES. G for gigantism, or more specifically, deep-sea gigantism. This is when deep-sea life tends to grow much larger than their shallow water counterparts. And in the squid department, we already have an example of this. The giant squid. Now what I'm suggesting is that the Kraken species could be the larger of 2 squid species, similar to how an African forest elephant, despite being big, is not as big as an African savanna elephant. Next is A for attacks. Contrary to popular belief, ships have been attacked a lot by sea life throughout history, mainly by whales, specifically sperm whales. Though other incidents do show that sharks, orcas, and of course, giant squids have been attacking boats, with attacks by squids going up all the way to 1978 and beyond. Though few of these attacks have been fully verified and documented properly, the fact that squids have been attacking boats has been prevalent throughout so much of human history makes kind of fully dismissing it seem strange. M for migration, or more specifically, vertical migration. This is the daily synchronized movement of marine animals between the surface and the deep ocean. This could explain why the Kraken is not seen, due to it migrating up to the surface at night, such as other animals like the cookie cutter shark. It could also be that the Kraken migrated deeper into the ocean. Why? Because boats got louder and boats got bigger. You see, marine life doesn't like boat noises or sonar. It's an issue that's been plaguing whale populations and causing them to die as they rise up to the surface too quickly. Of course, there's always plan B for where the beast is. E for extinction. Wouldn't be surprising. Now, what could have caused this animal to go extinct? Whales, or more specifically, us hunting them. We know that sperm whales eat giant squids, so why not the other way around? And we know that whale populations, not just sperm whales, had been once close to extinction in the 1800s due to whaling. And, surprise, surprise, at the same time, Kraken sightings would start to decrease. S for size. Now, I'm suggesting that the Kraken species could be up to 100 feet long, as the largest size for a giant squid is around 66 feet. And going off my species comparison with the elephant before, I'd say 80 to 100 feet could be the limit. Now, is the size even possible? One word: whales. The largest ever recorded blue whale, which averages to a size of 90 feet long, was 110 to 120 feet long. So why then? Why have scientists been so speculative of the monsters of old somehow existing in some form or another? Well, I'll tell you why. It's fear. We don't want to know, some of us at least, what lies in that over 80% of the ocean left undiscovered. It's why things like the azoic theory exist or existed, because we constantly want to reassure ourselves that there's nothing left to explore. that everything we know can be controlled and tamed, and that those who say otherwise are foolish. But to me, this feels more comforting than scary. In an age where people assume they were born too late to explore the Earth, but too early to explore space, it's invigorating that there's still a place on this Earth where the maps haven't been fully drawn yet. A place that, in a world where it feels like humanity dominates everything, still teaches us not to let our hubris get the better of us. I hope this talk has made you realize that the stars don't only hold secrets for us to explore, that there are still places on this Earth undiscovered, and that the ocean is much more interesting than being a large drop of water. And hey, who knows? Maybe this talk has created some marine biologists just now. Maybe one of you will go on to name a fish or a squid. But whatever you do it fast. Because knowing humanity, those depths won't stay dark forever. Thank you.